Hey y'all, Cheryl here with my 1 week post-op VSG update. So last Wednesday, I had VSG surgery at Novant Health Matthews Medical Center in Matthews, North Carolina with Dr. Craig Kolash. So here's my update. I know everybody just wants to know about the stats, right? The numbers. So my highest weight was 237 pounds. That was in April when I started this journey. So that was almost 5 months ago. So 4.5 months. I had lost 10 pounds, and then when I started my pre-op liquid diet, so I had a 2-week pre-op liquid diet. So I weighed 227 when I started that. Day of surgery, I went in weighing 215. So that was 12 pounds that I had lost on the pre-op liquid diet. Hey Daisy. So here is the thing that I was not aware of. They pump you full of so many IV fluids while you're in the hospital. I gained 5 pounds in the hospital. So Wednesday morning at 6 o'clock when I left my house, I weighed 215 pounds, and I still weighed 215 pounds when I got to the hospital because they weighed me again. Thursday afternoon when I got home, I weighed 220. Crazy. It's just the IV fluids. And I could tell, like, as soon as I took off the socks, because they have you wear those socks with the grippy things on them at the hospital. As soon as I took them off, I could just see how much fluid I had. My legs, my ankles. I didn't even have ankles when I took those off. I mean, I was so swollen. I could see it in my face. When I look back at that video from that Thursday morning when I came home, I can see it in my face how swollen I am. It's just fluid, right? It comes off. So it took me all the way to day 5 to get those 5 pounds off. Crazy. But anyway, so I did finally get back down to 215 as of Monday, which was day 5. So today, let me get my notebook here, which is day 7 or 1 week, I'm 210. So that's another 5 pounds in 2 days. So technically I am down 27 pounds from the start of my journey. When I started, I said I wanted to lose 100 pounds just because 100 sounds like a nice even number. And when I lose 100, I'll be at 137, which puts me in a healthy BMI range. So that's my goal. 27 pounds down, 73 pounds to go. I can't do math. Okay, so let me just give you a recap of the week now that you have the numbers, because I know that's what you want first, right? So I gave you that first. Let's get a recap down. So when I go to the hospital, they take you back into the room, get all your IVs hooked up and everything. They brought my husband back. And then they come and get me. And honestly, I mean, I think it was about 2 hours, but there was so much stuff to do. Papers to sign, you know, just so many things to get done that I had to change my clothes. They gave me these little baby wipe things I had to go wipe my belly off with, 2 of them. Even though the night before I had used the Dial Gold antibacterial soap, they said use the weird liquid soap that you put all over your body, turn the shower off for 5 minutes, and then rinse it off. I did that the night before. I did that the morning of, and then I still had to do these baby wipe things, 2 of them. So I did that, got dressed. They put the socks on me. They put the leg thingies on me, you know, that inflate every however so often. Constantly they're inflating and deflating the whole time you have them on. So I was in the bed. They get my husband. They bring him back. And then these 2 people came to get me to take me to the OR. As we're going to the OR, they're rolling me down the hall. I remember walking past a desk, or rolling, I guess, past a desk where my surgeon was sitting on a computer doing something, and I spoke to him. I vividly remember that conversation, just very quickly, you know, speaking in passing. And then we stopped. Before we went into the OR, we stopped. And the one gentleman, I guess they're nurses, I don't know, CNAs, something, anyway. One said to the other, let's stop right here. I want to get her a warm blanket and go ahead and push her meds for anesthesia. So they stopped. They got me a warm blanket. I remember this very clearly. They picked up the blanket that was already on me and put the warm blanket underneath it. And I said, thank you. And I remember that clear as a bell. And that's it. I don't remember anything after that until I woke up in the room with my husband. And he said that I had been sleeping a long time. And he asked me, he said, well, do you regret it yet? And that's the next thing that I remember. So he said surgery had been about 45 minutes and I had been in recovery maybe 2.5 hours before they brought me to my room. He actually got in there before I did, but that I was still asleep when they brought me. I did not have to move beds at any time. Not that I remember, unless they moved me. But to my knowledge, the bed I got in the Wednesday morning when I went in, when I first got my hospital gown on, is the same bed that I stayed in during surgery. What do you got, Daisy? And until I went home. So they may have moved me to a different bed for surgery. I don't know, but I don't remember it. And, you know. So, and then it was just walking and sipping and walking and sipping. What do you got, babe? Sorry. Nathan, will you get this? Thank you. You can't be chewing on stuff. She got a hold of a cap from a water bottle. Apparently, she reached up and snatched it off the coffee table. So, what else? Where was I? Walking and sipping and napping. Walking and sipping and napping. And that's what it was all about. My husband was not able to spend the night. He had to come home. Came back the next morning. We walked around once or twice more on the hallways. Sip, 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 sip. This is the name of the game, right? And then we came home. I rested a little bit. We went to the store. He was going to the store and I just wanted to go with him, you know. And I felt pretty good. And I knew I needed to walk. So we went to the store, pick up a few things. We weren't in there maybe 10, 15 minutes. But when we came back, boy, I was exhausted. I had to go to bed. So that was day 1 post-op. Day 2, which was Friday. I have my notes here that I had wrote myself a note to use the breathing thing, the little spirometer thingy that they make you breathe in. I had woke up at 4 o'clock that morning and took pain meds and took Gas-X and went back to bed at 5:30. Then I got up at 7:30. So that was Friday. Saturday, I felt like garbage. And Saturday was the day that my emotions started getting hold of me. So I really, really, really had to focus on getting my fluids. I did take a nap Saturday also. It was weird to me. I noticed, I wrote this down, that it's weird to me that Gatorade goes down easier than water. Have any of you experienced that? Let me know in the comments. Because Gatorade really did go down easier than water. Right now, a week out, water's going down okay. But on Saturday, day 3, it was not. The gas was still hurting like crazy. I was having a hard time swallowing. Yeah. So I did the Smooth Move tea that night because I had not had a bowel movement. I actually did have a very small bowel movement in the hospital, but there wasn't very much to it. It was just very tiny, and I was scared to strain, I guess. So I didn't want to try very hard. On Sunday, which was day 4, I decided to try some cream of chicken soup mixed with the Fairlife milk to give it some more protein. That was so good. Oh my goodness. Maybe it's because I haven't had real food in 3 weeks, but it was like the liquidy part out of chicken casserole. Oh, so good. Anyway, and on Sunday, my notes in here, I was trying to determine if the noises coming from my abdomen sound like the Titanic going down or if they sound like a haunted house. And I really have decided that it sounds like a ship sinking. It's just the noises. So my goal for Sunday was just walk and drink. And my husband said, all you do all day long is just sit around and drink and get up and walk for a few minutes. I'm like, yeah, that's what we need to tell people, that I just sit around and drink all day. So I had another cup of Smooth Move tea on Sunday night. And then on Monday, I did have my first bowel movement. Oh my gosh, the smell is so bad. And I'm not going to say any more about that. It was not difficult to get it out, but it smelled so bad. Anyway, Monday was also the day that I got back down to the 215 pounds. Monday was the first day that I got anywhere near my goal. So I was supposed to have 60 ounces of fluids. I actually got 55 ounces on Monday. Tuesday, which was yesterday, day 6. Oh, let me back up. Monday, the lady called from the surgeon's office to check on me, see how I was doing. I talked to her about the gas pains. I talked to her about a bruise. I have a really, really big bruise. And it's not by my incision. It's where I got the heparin. I think it was heparin. Is that a blood thinner? Anyway, whatever shot they give you in your belly. The one time I got it on this side and it was fine. But the other nurse that gave it to me the next time on this side, that bruise is as big as the palm of my hand for a little bitty needle. Oh, it's crazy. Oh my goodness. It doesn't hurt. It's just bruised. And I looked at it today and it's blue and purple and oh, it's horrible looking. But anyway, I talked to her and she said that I was doing good, just to keep up trying to sip. She told me try not to take any more naps. Try not to use the pain med anymore unless I absolutely have to. Because the whole purpose is to try to get back to normal. And if I'm taking a nap every day, obviously I'm not sleeping as good at night. But then and this is the way I understand it, is that if I'm napping during the day, I'm not sipping and I'm not walking. But if I'm laying in the bed at night, can't sleep, then I'm still not sipping and I'm not walking. So I'm not accomplishing my goal there either way. So yesterday I did have coffee for the first time. Now my surgeon's office said no caffeine. So I am drinking decaf. I did have coffee yesterday. Coffee's a little dehydrating anyway, so I was real hesitant about trying it. I really didn't see any difference in how it made me feel for the day, so I didn't have it again today. I'm just gonna not worry about coffee. I mean, it doesn't have any caffeine anyway. So last night I had a cup of hot tea. I had a cup of hot tea again this morning when I got up. I have about 6 different flavors, so I'm just gonna try to make the switch from coffee over to the tea, which I think is better for me anyway. So a week out, I feel better. The gas pains, I'm not gonna say they're 100% gone, but they're very minimal now. So technically I'm down 5 pounds from day of surgery, which sounds like not a lot, but I'm happy with it. I've never lost 5 pounds in a week any other time. So yeah, I'm doing good. I'm not on the pain meds anymore. I never did start taking the heartburn medicine. That never did start. I haven't. I never had to take anything for nausea. I never had to take anything like stool softener or anything. Just the Smooth Move tea. 2 nights in a row did it. So I'm good. I'm sick to death of Gatorade and broth and water. I'm just sick of it. I want It's not that I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry, honestly. I just want something different. I have that taste in my mouth. I want something different. I just don't even want any more broth. So, what's the matter, Daisy? You don't want any more broth either. So, oh, the other thing that I wanted to mention, the sleeping. I have heard several people say that they slept in their recliner for several days. I've not had a bit of trouble getting comfortable in the bed. I have a really great bed with a memory foam. It's a softer, it's not the memory foam name brand. It's a soft, but it is very, very soft. It's on the softer side. And I'm a side sleeper anyway. I've not had any trouble sleeping on my side. I did not have to sleep on my back, not one night. Thank goodness, because I was really dreading that. And I do have a recliner that's pretty comfortable, but I've tried to sleep in it before. I'm just not good at sleeping in anything besides a bed. And honestly, I think I was just so tired because the hospital bed just was horribly uncomfortable. I've never been so uncomfortable as I was in that hospital bed. But yeah, so a week down, I'm doing good. I think I'm gonna venture out and drive tomorrow and go to the store by myself. I might go get a pedicure or something, who knows. I still have one more week before I go back to work. My incisions yesterday, I started noticing some itching in my incisions, and I think that's a good sign. I think that means that they are healing. So, that is it. I'm sorry that this has gotten so long for you, but I wanted to make sure not leave anything out. I'll do my absolute best to give you a weekly update every week on Wednesday, and then give you a monthly update with measurements and stuff, because I did do my measurements. So when I get to 1 month, I'll share those with you on the progress there. All right, until next week, I will see you all later. Thanks. Bye.